Today in this video, we're going to talk to you about something that's very important, and that has to do with flood insurance. What does flood insurance cover? What does it not? What is a flood? Hi, I'm Ryan James with Liberty Adjusters. We've adjusted over 1,000 claims in the state of Florida and are based right here in the Tampa Bay area. Today, I'm going to tell you some answers to some questions I commonly get about flood and answer some questions that people seem to be confused on. So what is flood insurance? Well, first and foremost, flood insurance is separate from your homeowner's policy. Your homeowner's insurance is not going to typically cover flood. A lot of people get flood confused with something like a plumbing leak or rainwater coming in after a breach in a roof or what have you. Those are not floods, technically, as per your insurance. If you have a plumbing leak and your house is flooded, that is still under your homeowner's policy. That is not considered a flood. That is a plumbing leak, and that will be covered under your homeowner's policy. The type of flood that we're talking about is where you have water on the ground that is entering your house. That water can come from storm surge, it can come from a flash flood, an overflowing river, what have you. Any kind of time water is coming in your house at the level of the ground, that is not covered under your homeowner's policy. You have to have a special policy for that. It's called flood insurance. I recommend everyone get flood insurance, even if you're not in a quote unquote flood zone. Just because you're not in a flood zone according to your mortgage company doesn't mean your house can't flood. Mortgage companies are looking at the likelihood of your house flooding, and that is how they're determining whether or not you need flood insurance. Flood insurance, if you're not in one of those quote unquote flood zones, is very, very inexpensive, and I think it's a horrible idea not to have it. So your flood insurance is going to just cover what's coming in at the ground level. Flood insurance is backed through IP, which is backed through FEMA, and it is a limited type of coverage in that it is not going to offer you the degree of coverage that maybe a plumbing leak would be covered under your homeowner's policy, but it is going to give you some money. It's going to give you a good amount of money, possibly up to $250,000 to repair your house. People ask, well, why do I have flood insurance? I don't qualify for FEMA when I have flood insurance. I should have never gotten it. That is not the right way to look at it, because if you have no flood insurance and FEMA comes in and they give you $2,000, you should be very, very happy and you're lucky. And $2,000 isn't going to get you very far. That's why you need flood insurance, because it's going to provide much more coverage for you than the basic FEMA emergency fund that you may or may not qualify for. If you have questions on a flood or a plumbing leak or some other water that has come into your house and damaged your property, contact us here at Liberty Adjusters. We'll be happy to answer your questions. We never charge fees on contents, and we're based here out of the Tampa Bay area.